Can you talk through those product lines and where you see the growth opportunities right now?
We're actually up to 1.77 million cases, which is impressive.
Amazing.
Yeah, and when I look at that, so you have your core line, which is essentially, let's call it 1.2 million cases. You've got your limited line, which is roughly, 200,000, 300,000 cases, and then you have your featherweight line, which is now approaching between 50 and 60,000 cases. And if you think about that line, we want to be super curated in terms of the way we're talking to the consumer. So you've got your core line that is sort of the elevated expression of a regular wine that reaches, what we're calling a tastemaker emotion, someone that's sort of in the know in terms of how they are thought about within their overall consumer community. And that is, varietal specific expressions of Cabernet, Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, and Pinot Noir. And if you think about that, we have the number one Cabernet within $15 plus segment category. And then on top of that, we then have our limited line, which is targeting male millennial consumers. We're seeing that actually in the data in terms of who's coming into the overall category. And with the blue package that we currently have, and you can kind of see it here, right here, it's just a different elevation of what Decoy is all about. And that is more going into appellated regions like Paso and Napa, and we're looking at a limited Sauvignon Blanc in the future. So those are, elevated from, the core labels that we have within the ultra premium segment. And that's between 20 and 25 and 35. And then we have the featherweight line that we really just are focused on reaching, the betterment occasions, the lower cal, lower alcohol category, which as you've talked to a lot of your guests in terms of the trends going there. That's actually reaching a newer female consumer that is looking for a wine that actually delivers on taste, but has lower calories and lower alcohol. I think the most important thing, and we can talk through that, is it has to deliver on that taste profile that they're expecting from wine, which is very hard to do. And I credit our winemaking team for being able to deliver it. And so if you just look at this, featherweight package itself, you have very specific quality cues that we're indicating betterment, we're indicating lower calorie and lower alcohol, but you can clearly see that it's very Decoy centric in terms of making sure they understand the equity of Decoy that you have with this bottle of wine.